Hello Virgos, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What's happening for the beautiful Virgos this week? Okay. Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles is trying to come out. I'm going to put it back and we're going to see if it comes out later. Nine of Swords is sleepless nights. The thing about the Nine of Swords that a lot of people miss is it's usually about something that's happened in the past. So if there's something that's worrying you or on your mind this week, it may not be the actual thing that's worrying you. It's a fear of the past repeating itself, or it's a fear of it's worst case scenario thinking, I feel. Don't let your mind play tricks on you, because your mind makes things bigger than they are. Especially if this is something that's happened in the past. I can guarantee you it's not as bad as you were remembering it to be. It's something that you handled, and you'll be able to handle it again if for some reason it was to happen again. Don't worry. I was about to say touch wood, it won't, because I didn't want to jinx it. But there's something here where don't stress. Whatever it is that is bothering you isn't what you think it is. It's being morphed. It's being kind of confused by your mind because of something that happened in the past. You're kind of overlaying, if that makes sense. If you know Photoshop, you're overlaying a past event onto a current event, and you don't need to. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Two of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. You also have a choice between how to make money. Weird thing to say, I didn't want to say jobs for some reason. It's not a choice between jobs, because it wouldn't, there's something here where it's not necessarily going to be a job, but it's an income. There's some type of income or side hustle, but you have a choice between two. As always, I have to say, do the one that you want to do the one that feels best, not the one that makes more money. But also, it could even be whether or not you take on a side hustle, because Two of Wands is, should you stay or should you go? Should you do this? Should you do that? Should you move? Should you stay? With the Eight of Pentacles, that's about your money, about your job, but I don't feel like, for a lot of you, I feel as if it's more about something new, something extra. Something like, it's like someone's like, you should get into crypto or something like that, and you're like, no, and then you're like, and then you're like, there's like some extra income or money or finance thing that you're like, that could work, no, nah, ooh, but you're like on the fence. You're on the fence about whether it's a good idea or good. Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a pause in the action. It's looking at things from a different perspective. Like, stop, take a second, breathe. What do you actually want to do? Some of you, it's like you need to go for a walk. You need to go for a walk. Walk in nature, okay? Stand on some grass. Hug a tree. Just figure out who you actually are. What you would do if money was of no importance. If you were rolling in it, what would you do? And that's going to be your answer. If you had all the money in the world, would you do it? No, don't do it. Like, there's something here, which that might be really bad advice, but it really feels like something isn't aligning with your soul. If it did, you would have said yes straight away. If you are on the fence about something, if you're like, I don't feel right, it's probably not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea. Always trust your first intuitive feel, right? Because after that, your mind plays tricks on you, and it's going to look for bad things sometimes. So it's your first intuitive feeling about something, about someone, is usually the correct one. And if you've gotten confused and lost within that, take a step back, okay? Breathe, calm down, and then figure out what it is that you want to do. King of Wands. Ace of Cups. King of Wands is very much someone that's a bit fake, and I don't think it's you. I don't think it's you at all. There's someone in your life, and it could be your partner, man or woman, doesn't matter. There's, with the Ace of Cups here, there's some type of like, if this person isn't fake, you're worried that they are. Worried. You're worried that they are. King of Wands is very like showman-y. They put on a very happy face. They put on very confident, full of themselves sometimes. Like, I'm not trying to bash the King of Wands. I'm sure he could be great, but there's no balance. There's no King of Cups around. There's no Pentacles. There's no Swords. This person is very much in their like fiery, attractive, ego-driven energy. With the Nine of Swords, it's out of fear, because this is clarifying your Nine of Swords. So there's something here where the way someone's acting, or the way someone is purely out of fear. If this is love, if you're single, because you have Ace of Cups here, and you're like, oh, I don't know where I stand, the lack of communication or the lack of understanding is coming from fear, especially if this is someone that is like very self-indulgent or very much comes across fake, or like they're putting on a show. It's because they're very insecure, or they're not as confident as they would prefer to be, I feel. Because with the Ace of Cups, so this isn't, I feel like I'm really dragging this person, but I don't mean to. There's actually love here, and there is a new beginning with this person. If you are, if this sounds like the person I'm talking about, there is a new beginning coming, or a healing coming in the future. But at the moment, it seems someone's trapped in a fear, worst case scenario mindset, instead of actually just like letting go and being themselves. Two of Wands with Judgment card. Funny, because Judgment is like a judgment call. Trust your inner calling. Trust the trumpet's call. With the Two of Wands, both of these are decisions. Like, there's a big decision being made in your life this week. Some of you are like moving. And why do I keep saying like? I don't say like this much, I promise. Like. Do you like someone? Does someone like you? Two of Wands. Ooh. Some of you are just like, it's time to go. You're like, it's time to move. I need to get moving. I need to move away. I need to make a change. There's something here where you're stagnant, you're stuck, you don't like it, so you're like, I'm gonna shift. Others of you, if you're not in a position where you can do that, there's something about yourself that you're changing. Where it just, you're like, I need new energy, I need a fresh start, I can't get that, I'm gonna change something else instead. Four of Pentacles, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. This is hilarious. Four of Pentacles, so Eight of Pentacles is the card I was talking about when I said about you getting finances or money, right? But you're deciding if you want to take like an extra income, if you want to invest in something. With the Four of Pentacles, which is all about like, sometimes it's stingy energy. It's someone that's very, very careful with their money. Very, very stingy, but in a safe way. Stingy is the only word I can think of. They're very like conscious of the money that they have in their bank account, if that makes sense, or their assets, or whatever you want to say. There's someone that's very protective of what they have accumulated, or it's the complete opposite, and it's someone that just spends. They're like, who knows what tomorrow will bring, I'm just going to spend because tomorrow's not promised. It's an excess. It's a exaggeration of either side, either spending way too much or not spending anything. And if it's not about money, if you're not bothered about money, it's more about time. Whatever you put the most value on, and a lot of you it's going to be time, you're either very protective of it and who you spend it with, and that's why you're figuring out if this is a good investment of your time, or you're very like not protective of your time and energy, and you're very much like, I'll just accept anything that comes my way, I'm going with the flow, who knows what tomorrow will bring, I want to do that. I'm gonna meet them, I'm gonna do this, what's the worst that could happen? There's like, it's exaggerated either way. So there's a need for balance when it comes to either your money, how you spend it, or your time. Like, don't protect yourself too much from what you spend your time doing, because I feel as if you're not supposed to control your life. It's supposed to kind of unfold before you a little bit more than you holding on very tightly to. It feels completely fair, like completely. If you're very protective of yourself, if things have happened, completely fair. But there might be a need to kind of just be more open to the prospect of like, some of you have very small friendship groups where there's something where you're just very cautious about a routine or the way you live, and it's like, branch out. That's the message, like, branch out now. Try something new. If you hate it, don't try that again, try something else. But branch out, because it's becoming very stifling, or it's becoming very stuck. Clarify the Hanged Man. The Ace of Cups. Why does this keep coming out? So you had this on the bottom of the deck. Ace of Cups is healing, it's new love, it's renewal, I really like this card because even just holding it, I can feel like there's a calmness and there's a newness. It's that feeling of, oh, I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know that could happen. I thought it was supposed to be hard. I thought it was supposed to be difficult. I didn't think it could be like that. If you've been in a lot of relationships and you're single now, the next relationship you get into is going to be completely different, because this is clarifying the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man sees the world in a complete different way, whether it be because of a spiritual awakening, whether it be because something in your life has recently happened and now everything's different. Whatever it is, there's something here. And if you're already in a relationship, if you're already married, there's some type of healing, there's some type of mending, there's some type of renewal, where it's like, oh, we see each other in a complete new way, but this is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not, oh, I didn't know you were that person, I didn't see that piece of you. It's a good thing. Like, you're being enlightened to parts of each other that you didn't see. It's very healing, and I feel as if it's a big part of it's like you're enjoying life for yourself. Maybe in the past you and your partner were like living for each other. This is like you're both being selfish. I don't know why that's coming in. You're both like, I'm gonna make myself happy, you make yourself happy, let's make ourselves happy together. Like, it seems very independent but very healthy and very like, there's just something refreshing and different with the Hangman. And as well as that, because I was talking about money as well, when your energy is shifting in one sense, it's also obviously it's your energy. You're not like different parts of you. You don't have your career, your love, this part. Your energy and your vibration shifting into a more positive energy is also what's going to be bringing in this pentacle, if you will, if that makes sense. Your pentacles, whether that be money, whether that be time, whether that be, right, whatever it is you put the most value on in your life right now, it's getting brighter, it's getting better at the same time as something else. It always happens together because you're in a more positive feeling. It's easier to kind of attract positive things. Positiver things, that's not a word, but you know what I'm saying. Things are getting brighter in all areas, basically. I'm going to wrap your reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated or you feel it will, please let me know by liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Tall Tarot Tuesdays.